Hey, what do you say? Back for part 2 of our WrestleMania bracket. We did the first 16. We're on to the next 16. Battle of 32, and then we're going to break it all down into the Sweet 16s, the Elite 8, and the Final 4. We are on to the next matchup. It is WrestleMania 10, back where it all began again, and WrestleMania 4. Now, Mike, you posted in our Facebook group, The Fig Cave, about what was the best, worst WrestleMania, and WrestleMania was the one that won, right?
WrestleMania 4? No, 5, I think was the one.
Oh, all right, my bad.
Oh,
my
4
bad.
better not been a minute.
There's people who don't like 4. Obviously over 5, but that's
Hulk Hogan's family?
that's their opinion, man.
They're all in the Fig Cave voting?
Man, there's so much to both of these. 10, New York City, obviously. 10 had 9 matches on the main card. It did have a dark match. A lot of these early ones did have a dark match. But it started out with Owen beating Brett. Bam Bam and Luna beat Doink and Dink. Randy Savage beat Crush in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Alundra Blaze beat Lalani Kai for the women's title. Men on a Mission beat the Quebecers for the tag titles. Yoko beat Lex Luger by disqualification. That had a special guest referee of Mr. Perfect. Earthquake beat Adam Bomb. Razor and Shawn took each other on in the IC title match. And then Bret Hart defeated Yoko with Roddy Piper as the special guest referee. 4 was the tournament. We'll go Randy Savage beat Ted DiBiase in the main event. Demolition defeated Strike Force for the tag titles. I'm not going to run through every single tournament match.
Andrews Brown wins the 20-man battle royal. Andre and Hogan go to a double DQ. DiBiase gets to go through. Does Warrior do Warrior and Hercules? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember anything. That's what I got. I could do most of the tournament too, but
wow. But
and this is the videotape that folds out, and Hulk Hogan, who does not win the tournament, does a pop-up, like comes out of it and flexing. Yeah. Which is going to definitely weigh on my vote here.
Is the Jake Roberts Rude match on this card? Is that what the Coliseum figures are based off, or is it a different match?
I think it's just the feud in general. I don't think it's a specific match.
Not specifically the okay.
Yeah.
Because when I go back and watch the show, I basically just watch the tournament because I like a good tournament and I like Randy Savage.
This tournament is good if you like for how they want to speed up some of the matches. Like it's the first time ever they count to 10 and like Bam Bam doesn't make it back in time. They're like, in 10, that's it. That's it. One guy I think Duggan like falls out of the ring and it's like it's over. Like it's like the worst countouts. It's crazy shit. Like
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. It's the the ref actually counts to 10 like at a decent pace.
It's like the video game. I know what DJ is going with this one, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 10 on this one. Again, as much as I love a good tournament and I love Savage, just 10 has the ladder match, the nostalgia for me because it's 1990.
It's got freaking Crush on it. That's why you.
No, I don't love Crush.
That Crush Savage match.
No, I'm thinking of Adam Bomb.
But Adam Bomb versus Earthquake didn't really do much for me. But I was a Bret mark for a while there in the 90s, so I gotta go with 10. This is a tough one though. I gotta go with they're both equally shitty.
Bret being the new Hogan. He loses to Owen at the beginning and then wins the belt at the end of the night.
But that's how you knew Seth was going to win. That's how you knew Seth was coming out that night. It was like, oh shit, they're going to do the Bret Owen thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like you said, I love a good tournament. I love Randy Savage. Demolition wins the tag titles at 4, but between the ladder match and Bret and Owen, those 2 matches are 2 of the best matches maybe of all time. So I'm gonna pick 10.
All right, that's 2 for 10.
I'm sticking with 4.
I'm sticking with 4. Are we kidding?
Like Twitter.
There's like what in that you have the ladder match, and see, I'm not a Bret Hart mark, so Bret Hart is not gonna sway.
I love that moment, but I just love 4, man.
You don't love all the
They
guys
had a
coming
whole
out and putting them on the
tournament where
show?
Macho Man, like Hogan, has held the title for 3 years, and we had a tournament for the world title.
That
Future
Hogan had
President
to
Donald Trump was there, guys.
in his
Presiding
own, in
over all
his
I
of
own
wasn't going to even
building.
mention that. I wasn't even going to mention the place it was held in.
What about the,
it. You've been drinking from that MAGA mug the whole night. I thought you definitely thought you were going to mention it.
that long carpeted ramp they had to go down to get to the ring?
Stairs. It wasn't even a
Yeah.
ramp.
It doesn't even
Yeah,
exist
it's-
anymore. It was
it's
just, like they
just big piece of
built it
carpet
for
over it.
Mania.
Right.
Oh man.
It was
Uh,
two
It's a
matches.
Close down
in
spot
the
that he
10.
walks through on the wrestling. I think that's where 4 was. Like,
So Twitter decides here 57% of the vote went to WrestleMania 10.
I'm not. All right, the rest of this under protest, dude. Just,
Yeah.
we're done.
And I knew this one would be tough. I like both of these like both shows.
Older people like me and DJ do not use Twitter, and that's.
Hey, I know I voted on all of these.
I pulled a Larry David. I agreed to vote for 4, not vote for 4, so be able to not vote for 10. So
All right. Next up, we got WrestleMania 35 and 22. 35 back in New York City, or well, East Rutherford, New Jersey, at MetLife. This is the second time it was there. We had how many matches?
Too
It's not
many.
Two nights yet. Yeah, 16 on the main card, 4 on the pre-show, so 12 altogether. Seth defeats Brock for the Universal title.
That opened the
AJ.
show like that shocked
Yep.
people that they opened.
was it Brock found out he was losing, and he was like, "Just let's get this over with."
And it was a 2-minute match.
Because Alexa's still doing her intro. I think she's still she was still hosting.
Oh, her and Hogan.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy.
AJ defeated Randy Orton.
Silverdome, brother.
Yeah, that's right. Fatal 4-way for the tag titles. Usos beat Aleister Black and Ricochet, Rusev and Shinsuke, and The Bar. Shane beat The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match. The Iconics, RIP, defeated the Boston Hug Connection, Bailey and Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Tamina, and Beth Phoenix, and
The
Natalia
alleged
by
crying
pinfall.
incident in the locker room.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Kofi defeated Daniel Bryan. That was Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
What year was this? Because this is not. Is this 19?
This is right before this is 18 or 19. It's right before
19.
It's like the last one before the pandemic, right?
Yep. Because I was going to say this seems very, very recent. Roman defeats Drew McIntyre. U.S. title goes to Samoa Joe over Rey Mysterio. That was 58-second match. Triple H beat Batista in a no holds barred match. Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle in Kurt Angle's last match. Finn Balor beat Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental title, and Becky defeated Ronda and Charlotte in a triple threat for the women's title match. 22 was the one in this was in Rosemont, Illinois, 2006. This had, let's see here,
DX, right? It's gotta be
Cena and Triple H. Yep, for the WWE Championship. Tori Wilson defeated Candice Michelle in a Playboy pillow fight. Rey Mysterio defeated Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship. No holds barred match between Mr. McMahon and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker defeated Mark Henry. Mickie James defeated Trish Stratus for the Women's Championship. Intergender handicap match. Boogeyman defeated Booker T and Queen Charmel. Edge defeated Mick Foley. Probably the only thing I actually remember from this WrestleMania. The United States Championship went to JBL over Chris Benoit. RVD beat Bobby Lashley, Finlay, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, and Shelton Benjamin in Money in the Bank. And Big Show and Kane beat Carlito and Chris Masters for the tag titles. What the fuck was Ric Flair doing in a Money in the Bank match?
That's crazy.
And he
I go back to watch it just to see that. Yeah.
I remember thinking that when this match happened, but yeah, man, I don't even remember the Undertaker beating Mark Henry in a casket match. I don't really remember any of these matches except for that Edge and Mick Foley, because it's a hardcore match and you have that spot where Edge spears Foley onto the table that's on fire. Yeah.
And Edge showed that he had, that he had some edge. He showed that he was not this baby. He didn't have to have a baby face type of match.
That's the test. That's the test WrestleMania figure, right? That came out a couple years ago. That it's like the worst elite there is for Edge.
Probably.
You can't tell.
Yep.
You can't tell it's him.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna go 35 on this one. I'm a little
Yeah, you're not
surprised
going to
here.
beat Kofi Mania for me.
Going new, yeah. Kofi Mania, just like I said, man, I don't remember any of these matches on 22, but I certainly remember this is when Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder won the tag titles from the Revival too on the pre-show. And that was, I mean, I was listening to a pod pretty regularly then, so I was over the moon for those guys. So, but yeah, I'm going 35. Nick, you said 35. What about you, Mike?
So funny how this matched up. So 22 is the first Mania I ever went to. 35 is the last Mania I went to.
Oh wow.
Man, Kofi Mania, the Iconics winning, both great. Baron Corbin beating Angle, great. 22, the Mickey James Trish build-up, so well done with the stuff like that. But happened to see Triple H tap out to Cena at that time in Chicago. The crowd was so against that. And then happened to see Rey Mysterio win the world title against Angle and Orton.
I know how you feel about that.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm taking Kofi Mania just because of the Rey Mysterio thing.
That's how I got Zoe to like go into get into wrestling. She would like go home. Like if I was doing it on a Friday, she would watch SmackDown. She saw that build up. She was like, "This is like, I kind of get it now." Like watching Xavier and Big E like go through that tag team gauntlet. She's like, "They did it for their friend." Like she was so into it. Like got her.
Nice.
You know, I think I need to buy Mike one of those WrestleMania moment plaques with Rey Mysterio winning the championship.
Oh man.
I mean, he cannot stand that moment. But yeah, I gotta go 35 on this though.
Another unanimous decision there. Next up, we got 21 and 33. 21 was during my dark period, or one of my dark periods. This was the first time it was in LA. WrestleMania goes Hollywood. Let's see here.
That's the second time.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. And 7 was in LA. We had Rey Mysterio defeat Eddie Guerrero. Edge beat Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Christian, and Kane for the inaugural Money in the Bank. Undertaker defeated Randy Orton. Trish beat Christy Hemme. Kurt Angle defeated Shawn Michaels. Akabono defeated Big Show in a sumo match. John Cena defeated JBL for the WWE Championship. And Batista beat Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was 21. 21 again in Hollywood. 33 was in Orlando. And this one had 9 matches on the main card. AJ defeated Shane McMahon. Kevin Owens beat Jericho for the U.S. title. Bayley beat Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. The Hardy Boys, that's when they came back, defeated Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Enzo and Big Cass for the tag titles.
Poor Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
They were supposed to win that at the fucking Hardy show, and that was the end of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
John and Nikki beat The Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag match. Seth Rollins defeated Triple H. Randy Orton defeated Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar defeated Goldberg for the Universal title. 6-pack challenge for the WWE Women's SmackDown Championship as Naomi and Alexa Bliss beat Becky Lynch, Carmella with James Ellsworth, Mickie James and Natalya, and then Roman Reigns defeated The Undertaker. So which one you guys got in this one? I've been going first, I feel like, a lot. So one of you other guys go first here.
I don't remember Christy Hemme fighting Trish for the world title. Man, honestly, at first glance, I thought 21 was going to be the easy pick. But man, 33, that Owens Jericho match is great with that's the one where Owens grabs the rope by like his fingertip and the crowd erupts. The Styles Shane McMahon match is really good. And then the Roman Taker, because we thought this was Taker's last match, like he takes the gloves off and
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
all that kind of
that one
stuff.
sputters out. You just reading it like sputters out at the end for me. Like it starts out hot, and you're like,
Yeah, well, that's it. It was you were still doing one night, and
a musical
trying to have the long
in the middle.
the long thing.
that was the ring on top of a ring setup that everybody was like, "Yo, AJ's gonna jump off the top of that. He's gonna jump off, or Shane is gonna jump off the top of it."
I mean, yeah, but being there for
was that the one it rained?
It rained.
I think so.
It wasn't the one that I don't think it slowed them down, but I think it did rain earlier. It wasn't the one that stopped
I
it,
thought because one of them had like a rain out, or like it slowed down for at the beginning of the show. Was that the Vegas one? Like it was one of them where like we had a rain delay.
Yeah.
Well, that was the recent one with.
I was gonna say it's recent.
That was the first one of the pandemic, right?
Samoa Joe and Michael Cole and ponchos.
Yes. Yep.
That was like that first one back a couple of years ago. So yeah, being there in person and hearing that Hardy Boys pop, even though it was making the rounds that they might be there, New Day hosting and stuff like that. I'm gonna pick 33. I really thought 21 was gonna be the easy pick, but I'm going 33.
So I felt the same way where I thought I was going to pick 21 just based off of it being older, and I got to go 33 on this one too.
TJ,
man, come on now. Pitbull was the musical guest.
Oh, all right then. Yep.
That should be the end of the discussion here. But yeah, no, they had to wrote like that was probably, in my opinion, Roman's first match that it was like that's a match you can point to and say, okay, he can do a main event. Yeah. And Undertaker did a great, and that was great. How they ended it. Naomi getting the hometown win, so
that's right.
And then we ended up with the glow belt, and so there was some.
This one was fun. Before they were going to start selling it.
I was like, how'd that work out for her?
Yeah.
Hey, I got my glow in the dark elite over there. So yeah, no, it was a fun one. So I gotta go 33.
Elite was one of our first giveaways.
Oh, that's right.
On the pod.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, I won't argue. 33 is fine.
All right. Another unanimous decision there. 33 moves on. Next up, we got 24 and 37. 24 happening
Orlando.
in another Orlando. This is the Ric Flair last match. I believe. Yes. This is also the Undertaker beats Edge for the world title. Money Mayweather beats Big Show by knockout. Randy Orton beat Triple H and John Cena for the championship. Playboy Bunny Mania Lumberjill match. Beth Phoenix and Melina. We beat Maria and Ashley. Shawn Michaels beat Ric Flair. I'm sorry, I love you. Kane defeated Chavo Guerrero for the ECW title. Battle for brand supremacy singles match was Umaga versus Batista, and Batista won that. CM Punk won the Money in the Bank ladder match. JBL beat Finley, and a 24-man battle royal on the pre-show to determine the number one contender for the ECW championship. Kane won that by throwing out Mark Henry last. The other WrestleMania we got here in this one is WrestleMania 37. That is the first one after COVID in Tampa. First time they did 2 nights too. So this was it? Yeah. Okay. Bobby Lashley beats Drew McIntyre for the championship. Natalya and Tamina. That was also first match of the night on night 1. Natalya and Tamina won the last what is this? Oh, tag team turmoil match. They beat the Riot Squad. Cesaro beat Seth Rollins. AJ and Omos defeated the New Day for the tag titles. Braun beat Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest defeated The Miz and John Morrison by pinfall. And Bianca beat Sasha for the women's title, for the SmackDown women's title. On night 2, Randy Orton defeated The Fiend. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeated Natalya and Tamina for the tag titles. Kevin Owens beat Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Sheamus beat Riddle for the U.S. title. Apollo Crews beat Big E for the Intercontinental title. Rhea Ripley defeated Asuka for the Raw Women's title, and Roman Reigns defeated Edge and Daniel Bryan for the Universal Championship in a triple threat. That's a lot of matches.
Who knew Logan Paul had been doing WWE stuff this many years?
That. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This is 2 years ago. He was on the show last year. He's on the show this year. Like, it's crazy to think, even as just a celebrity appearance, he's been doing that much.
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks better than anybody that could be on an AEW House Rules card.
All right, DJ, I'll give you first crack at this one. I don't think you've gone first yet. 24 or 37?
I'm going to go 37.
Right.
So we had some, like we were just saying, like we had a couple celebrities even get in this and look good. Like Bad Bunny had a good match in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had Roman stacking him for. I don't think we ever saw that before, where the guy takes both the other guys in the triple threat and stacks them and pins them both. So yeah, and along with like just being happy to come out of this pandemic and see people at the event and being able to holler, at the event was also like a big relief and a big, like, I think it was something we needed.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 37 on this one.
All right. How about you, Nick?
Man, I don't really care for either of these, but I think 37 was cool. 37 coming out of the pandemic was really cool. I was glad that Drew, like, who never got that house, or the house pop, like, I was glad that he got to open the show and do that. And everybody really loves Titus and Hogan hosting in their outfits, and so. But it was I didn't love Roman yet. The way he's like transformed, but it was like the beginning of that, to me.
Oh yeah, right. To stack him and look so dominant.
I watched The Last Dance, and how can I be this guy?
Right.
All right, Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to look back and be like, oh yeah, Bianca won the belt and Rhea won the belt. Like, title changes happening for both of the women there, and then, like you said, the Roman dominance. 24 though for Shawn and Flair, like Flair's last match, being there for that, and then I don't like Taker beating Edge with an MMA submission. That was kind of a letdown at the end of the show, but like, I like the Orton Triple H or Cena match. I like the build up for Money Mayweather and him really punching Big Show in the face.
Yep.
I didn't like getting hit by pyro at the end of that show. I'm still waiting for my free lifetime tickets.
Is that the one where Taker gets set on fire, or no? Is that the one?
I don't think so. So at the end of the show, there was like a lot, like a zip line type thing that went from the top of the building to the ring. And when it went off, it collapsed and fell into the crowd and hit like our entire row. And they were like checking out people after the show for like burn marks and stuff. But we just walked out. We were fine. I like both of these shows. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna pick 24 just for the Shawn Flair thing.
I'm so torn, but I think that I keep going back and forth between the Shawn Flair thing and coming out of COVID as like the two my two deciding factors. I literally am having a hard time picking.
I hate that it's not really Flair's last match because he had all the stuff with Impact. Right. And then I had to pay real money to go watch him fight last year.
Well, you didn't have to.
If I went to the first Ric Flair retirement match, I had to go to the second one.
Like, damn it, I'm gonna be there the last time he wrestles.
Yeah,
that's true. I'm gonna say 24 as well, which brings us to our tiebreaker. And Twitter also says 24 with 66% of the vote.
It doesn't matter. Neither are getting out of the next round. So
no,
neither are being Kofi Mania, so it doesn't matter.
Next up is WrestleMania 13 versus WrestleMania 18. 13 for me is what, if I was showing now, I wouldn't show them the whole event necessarily, but that main event between Brett and Shawn Brett and Austin is what I would show somebody who was like trying to understand wrestling. Like, I felt like that is definitive storytelling in wrestling, and just like having him pass out at the end So many good things. That wasn't even the main event either. It was Taker and Psycho Sid in a no DQ match for the title. Chicago street fight between Ahmed Johnson and the Legion of Doom. They defeated the Nation of Domination, and then we had Brett and Austin. We had Owen and the British Bulldog beat Mankind and Vader. That's a weird team. For the tag titles, Triple H, although he's known as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, then defeated Goldust. Rocky Maivia defeated the Sultan for the Intercontinental title. And then four-way elimination match to determine number one contenders for the tag titles. It was the Henbangers beating the Godwins, the Nude Blackjacks, and that was it.
And you're forgetting Colt Cabana was in the LOD match in the crowd.
Oh, I didn't know. I actually didn't know that.
He's sitting on he's in the side. So when they go outside, he punches Animal or Hawk, like one of them. He's laying him in.
Oh,
now I kind of want to go back and rewatch that. I had no idea.
You'll definitely see Colt doing it. It's pretty funny.
And then X18, because they were doing all that in the Millennium. This had Hogan and Rock. It had Triple H beating Chris Jericho. Jazz defeated Trish and Lita. Billy and Chuck beat the APA, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardy Boys for the tag titles. Stone Cold
what beat a feather in the cap right there.
What a lineup.
Stone Cold beat Scott Hall, maybe the greatest stunner cell of all time. Edge defeated Booker T. Undertaker defeated Ric Flair. Kurt Angle defeated Kane. Maven beat Goldust. But then it ended when Spike Dudley pinned Maven for the hardcore title. Diamond Dallas Page beat Christian for the European Championship. RVD beat William Regal for the Intercontinental title. And the dark match on this one was Rikishi, Scotty 2 Hotty, and Albert defeated Mr. Perfect, Lance Storm, and Test. That is WrestleMania 18. We'll let Mike go first on this one.
So I just rewatched 18 recently, and the buildup of Taker trying to talk Flair into the match is really interesting. Like he stalks David Flair and like all this shit.
I remember that now.
It's really weird. And then the best part of the match is Arn Anderson hitting that spine buster on Taker, and the crowd just fucking erupts.
Yeah. One of the best
ones.
The best ones.
Austin Hall, I wish would have been better, but like you said, Scott Hall just sells that stunner so well.
So good.
Triple H Jericho, great, but I hate taking the belt off Jericho after making such a thing of it, but that's Triple H coming back and all that. So, but yeah, Rock and Hogan, I mean, probably one of the best matches of all time, most memorable matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But then you've got, like you said, the Bret Austin with the stoppage and stuff like that. But that's really the only thing I care about on 13. Like Rocky Maivia, Sultan, Rikishi. That's terrible. I'm taking 8.
I'm going 18. Basically, Mike, for the same exact reasons you said. The only thing I remember from 13 is that Bret Austin match. It's enough to put it up there, but it's not enough to put it over that 18.
Mm-hmm.
DJ?
Man, that 18, like I went to a sports bar for this one, and it was crazy because you had a faction of the crowd in the sports bar were wearing all NWO shirts. And then I was wearing a Rocky shirt, and then you had all these other stuff. So it was like half, and like, so anything NWO that came up, you had half the sports bar going crazy, and then the other half was for everybody else. So, and it was exactly the same thing that was happening during the Rocky and Hogan match. It was the exact same thing happening while we were watching it in this bar. So that's how crazy that match was, and how they let the crowd, like, I love how they let the crowd let the crowd almost tell the story.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So yeah, you got to go 18 on this. I don't see how you don't go 18 in this round.
Are you making it unanimous?
I 100% will make this unanimous. We're just not going to bring up the Triple H fucking video montage to YouTube Beautiful Day coming off that injury. You guys we're not going to bring that up. Like, that's the only reason that song's even remotely tolerable.
I
How do you remember
I just think of Triple H like
remotely tolerable.
getting pushed in on the hospital bed and
Oh
fucking
my
doing the
God.
leg exercises.
Is
like,
that the we will rebuild him? Is that
It's a beautiful.
I think they did. I thought they did it for Seth. I thought Seth they did.
oh
Like, the We Can
maybe
Make Him
yeah.
Better.
I just remember them doing all the Hunter at the hospital and like working out the leg and showing the surgery, and then he comes back at MSG in the leather jacket and the denim jacket over the top of it. Like
just
what
destroys.
an
Kurt.
eruption for a show like that.
All right,
Yeah,
on
18 based on that for sure.
18. All right, another
Based on that.
4-0. All right,
I can't hear
so
that song, man. Without wanting to do like some leg extension.
WrestleMania 6 versus WrestleMania 31. DJ was at 31. We had Sting making his WWE debut. We had the cash in. We had all kinds of stuff. DX, NWO, all in the house. Taker beats Bray Wyatt. John Cena beats Rusev. Rusev came out on a fucking tank.
And
AJ,
Every
his
intro
career
is
tanked
fucking
since then.
amazing. That card.
Is this when New Day comes out of the Bootios too, or no?
No.
No? All right. The Giant.
No, New Day
that's
wasn't that.
Dallas.
In fact,
That's
New
Dallas,
Day was
I think.
getting booed at that point. They weren't popular
Wait,
yet.
was New Day on the pre-show? This is when
Yes.
they lose to like Cesaro, right? And
Yep.
It's like a
right?
whole tag team thing. Like it was a
Yep.
bunch of
Yeah.
tag teams.
Los
Los
Matadors.
Los Matadors.
Tyson Kidd.
Yeah,
Cesaro.
New Day was
Oh,
not
Tyson- yeah,
popular.
that's
They were
what
getting
it is, yeah.
booed.
Andre or Big Show won the Andre Battle Royal. Daniel Bryan won the Intercontinental title match in the
Ladder.
It's good
Yeah,
luck.
ladder
They're afraid
matchup.
to trust him with the world title after everything the year before. Yeah,
yep.
honestly.
Randy Orton defeated Seth Rollins with probably one of the coolest RKOs we've ever seen.
Yep.
Triple H defeated Sting. AJ Lee and Paige. I didn't even realize AJ was still around at this point. Defeated the Bellas. And then John Cena beat Rusev. Undertaker beat Bray. Seth Rollins defeated Roman. WrestleMania 6. This is little Tommy Paradise's first ever WrestleMania. And this is so long. I used to work at a bank and I'd be bored during the day. And I used to have a blog. And I remember writing a blog about this WrestleMania and how, like, I think people my age, our age, perceive this as one of the greatest WrestleManias ever solely because of that main event. I wish I still had like the text for that blog. I posted it up on Patreon.
You can find that at
because
tumblr.com/
it was actually Angel Fire. No, it was
the diary, whatever.
it was so bad. Live Journal. That's what you're thinking of, right?
Tommy's Blade.
Live. It was just so long. There's so many fucking matches on this. I'll run through them quick, but it was Martel and Coco Beware.
Earthquake
Demolition.
Hercules.
Yep. Demolition, Colossal Connection,
Yep.
which was Andre and Haku. Beefcake and Mr. Perfect, Piper and Bad News Brown, Heart Foundation and the Bolsheviks in 19 seconds. The Barbarian and Tito, Dusty and Sapphire against Macho and Sherry, we talked about.
Mhm.
Orient Express beat the Rockers. Hacksaw beat Dino Bravo. Ted DiBiase beat Jake the Snake by countout. Big Boss Man beat Akeem. Rick Rude beat Jimmy Snuka. And then we had the Ultimate Warrior beat Hogan. Nick, you go first on this one. You haven't gone first in a while.
Can we just mention that this is another one of those times that Brutus Beefcake beat the guy who was the Intercontinental Champion like the week before and like lost it. This
Mr.
always
Perfect,
happens, dude. Like somebody, a long-term heel champ, finally loses and then Brutus beats him.
But never held the
Crazy.
title
Like,
himself.
they just never
No.
wanted to have the title. I don't get it. I think it would have been great.
Yeah.
Probably before the mask, but you know. Dude, 31's good, man. 31 is good. Six is great. Like for the same thing, I agree with you. Like in memory, it's amazing, but I would probably skip through everything but the end.
Yeah.
And-
Right.
Again, glorified
Yeah.
superstars. Take
Yeah.
away the main event, and it's glorified superstars.
But 31 for sure on this one.
I'm going to agree with you on 31. DJ, I'm assuming you're 31 because you were not your age, but because you were there.
Yeah, and just like, and again, what you said, like, even as a kid, like, you know, you would fast forward to go to the promo, like you'll stop at the promos with Hogan and Warrior, and then you fast forward some more, and then you get to the main event, and you watch the main event. Like let's be real here.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, poor Warrior getting his time, getting his moment, but on a card that under this card was not that great.
Yep. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like 6 is probably that first real memory I have of a pay-per-view. I watched it at my cousin's house. I was like 7 years old. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? But really outside of that Hogan Warrior match, the rest of the card is just nothing to me. Also in attendance for 31. I did not know DJ. But so Heist of the Century. Like you said, a lot of those intros, like the Bray Wyatt with the scarecrows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that just should have been so much better than what it was. Triple H and Sting.
The Sting's fucking walking down was great.
Yeah.
With the
Triple H
Japanese drummers,
Triple H with the Terminator entrance and stuff was cool.
Yep.
Like I'm surprised Sting didn't go over, but at the same time it's Triple H, so I'm not surprised. I could have done without the NWO and DX part of it, but yeah.
But just DX standing there while the NWO limps down to the ring like
X-Pac, which team am I on? But yeah, like you said, the Seth Orton with the like greatest RKO ever. Funny enough, the buddy that went to Mania went to the bathroom during that and missed it. I was like, you just missed the greatest thing ever. And then little did we know Seth was gonna run out, which the crowd, DJ can attest, just ridiculous when that music hit. We're like, what? You weren't expecting
that might be
it.
my favorite WrestleMania moment. Like,
like you just weren't in your head. You're like, this could be a thing,
right?
But you were just watching Brock and Roman beat the shit out of each other,
right?
And then all of a sudden, you're like, I didn't even think about that being a possibility for me.
And then in the match, like we're used to after the match, like the champion barely wins.
Oh, now it's a triple threat.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. And,
so well done.
Yeah. That's another everybody picked that one. So we are on to WrestleMania 12 and WrestleMania 23 in our next
I gotta look this one up.
Matchup. I have to look up 23. I don't know
which one.
12 is the Iron Man match, the parking lot brawl.
The
that's
Warrior
really
squash.
All I remember from is it the Warrior squash? Yeah. Yep. So British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Vader defeated Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts, and Yokozuna. What a team. In a 6-man tag match. If Yokozuna's team had won, he would have gotten 5 minutes in the ring with Jim Cornette. Roddy Piper beat Goldust in the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. Stone Cold beat Savio Vega. Ultimate Warrior beat Triple H in a 1:39. Undertaker beat Diesel. Is that real Diesel or fake Diesel? It was real Diesel.
That's real Diesel.
And then Shawn Michaels with Jose Lothario beat Bret Hart in the Iron Man match. That's 12. 23 saw the return of Donald Trump. We also saw, let's see here. This was the one that was in Detroit. Ric Flair on the dark match on this one. It was a lumberjack match where he beat Carlito and Gregory Helms and Chavo Guerrero. I didn't know that. Money in the Bank match. Mr. Kennedy won. Great Khali beat Kane. I'm sure that match was absolutely terrible. 5 minutes and 30 seconds there. Chris Benoit beat MVP for the U.S. title. Undertaker beat Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. ECW Originals beat the New Breed. Just for you keeping score at home, ECW Originals were RVD, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, and the Sandman. The New Breed was Elijah Burke, Marcus Corvon, Matt Stryker, and Kevin Thorne. Bobby Lashley defeated Umaga. Melina defeated Ashley. Oh, I loved Ashley. And John Cena beat Shawn Michaels by submission for the WWE title. All right. Let's let Mike go first on this one.
My favorite thing about 23, other than almost getting killed in Detroit, is Batista after that match was like so proud of it, and it's a great match. I'm a taker. He's like, beat that, and then Cena and Shawn come on and put on
probably Cena's best match.
Yeah, an even better match. There is a weird intro to that match where Cena drives through a glass wall
Yeah.
in a Mustang. It's Ford Field, so it kind of makes sense. But they had filmed a bunch of stuff outside beforehand. It's odd. 12, man, really outside of Sean and Brett, the rest of the card is, I mean, obviously Piper Goldust has a core memory for you. So does Warrior beating Triple H like that.
Yeah.
But man, if I'm just looking at the sheer card, I'm taking 23.
I think I got to agree with you. I was going to pick 12 originally, but looking at the card and it just doesn't hold up. That opening tag match, just weird.
Well, I think there was like a tournament or something for the vacant titles or something. So I think there was a build up to it, but to be that as your final two teams is kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 23 on this one. Nick?
Oh, they're both. I'm gonna go 12. I have no reason. I'm just arbitrarily picking one.
All right. So that leaves it down to DJ. It was in California, so DJ might be going 12. I better go to Twitter and pull this one up here.
No, I'm not gonna just pick because it was Anaheim. But no, I gotta go 23 on this.
All right.
It was just a better card.
Oh,
All
you
right.
jerks.
I mean, the Sean Brett match for a lot of people might be one of their favorite matches, but just the rest of the card, I just don't think has it.
Yep, I
Personal
agree.
Opinion, so
all right, we're down to our final opening round matchup, WrestleMania 5, again at the at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. And then WrestleMania 19. This was in Houston, I believe, right? Or was it Seattle? Seattle. I don't know why I have this like era, this like after WrestleMania 2000. I just can't really remember where the fuck any of these were. But all right, Seattle, Safeco Field. This was like the first one that was at like one of these huge.
Yeah, so they did this, and then you did 20 and 21 and 22 in smaller buildings, and then since then, outside of like your pandemic stuff, everything has been in 60,000 seat arenas.
Yeah.
Once they got past 22, 23 and beyond are all football stadiums basically.
I thought that this was like the start of it. I didn't even think that they went back to some of those smaller arenas after that, but this had Brock and Kurt Angle in the main event. Is this when Brock concussed himself?
Yeah, shooting star.
Yeah, all right. The Rock beat Stone Cold. Hogan defeats Mr. McMahon in a street fight. Had Hogan won, he would have to retire. Or I'm sorry, if Hogan lost, he would have had to retire. Triple H beat Booker T for the World Heavyweight Championship. Shawn Michaels beat Jericho. Team Angle defeated Benoit, Rhino, and Los Guerreros. That was a triple threat for the tag championships. Triple threat for the women's championship. Jazz Victoria lost to Trish Stratus. Undertaker beat the Big Show and A-Train in a handicap match. And Matt Hardy, defeated Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Is that the Mysterio, the Flash?
I don't know. It might be. Might be. I'm not sure.
Can't remember if it's that one or a different. I feel like it's that one.
Then Mania 5 is another glorified
Hogan Savage, Rude Warrior, Demolition War, Powers of Pain with Mr. Fuji. Yeah.
Rick Rude beats Warrior for the first time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo beat Ronnie Garvin. Did you say Demolition beats Powers of Pain?
One of them, I forget who wins.
It's
Demolition wins.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect beat the Blue Blazer. Bushwhackers beat the Fabulous Rougeos. Beefcake beat Virgil or Ted DiBiase by countout. Twin Towers
freaking countouts
beat the Rockers.
I'm not willing to get pinned.
Bad News Brown,
free, brother.
Bad News Brown beat Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the match of the night. The Red Rooster defeated Bobby Heenan. And then we had our main event. Hulk Hogan defeated Randy Savage.
Nostalgia was 5.
Wait, wasn't this Roddy?
Roddy with what's his name there? He did like the Piper's Pit in the ring. Why can't I think of the guy's name?
Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey Jr.
Like
yes, thank you. The other Downey Jr. Yeah. So, all right, Mike or Nick, you already said 5, right?
5. Yep.
the Hogan Savage build with the lust in your eyes, Liz, like so well done, especially with Savage winning the tournament the year before.
Yep.
But my God, the card for 19 and the Jericho kicking Shawn in the balls after they hug at the end of that match.
Yep.
Like the whole respect thing after this like great back and forth match, and then outside of Brock landing on his head, him and Angle, great match. Hogan and Vince, great match. That's the one people are pissed that Booker T didn't beat Triple H for the title. Triple H is like, no, I bury people, even though he loses at almost every Mania. So I'm taking 19.
DJ, I'm curious on yours.
That's Limp Bizkit, right? 19.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Keep rolling.
Damn, that made me almost pick 5. So no, I'm gonna go 19. Like, there's just too many good matches on there. There's the Jericho Shawn. I even like that Hogan and Vince match. I liked how they beat the crap out of each other with all kinds of stuff. Had a leg drop on the announce table. Had Roddy come out there for a minute and beat the heck out of both of them. So what more did you want?
I'm going 19 as well. I'm sorry, Nick. Sorry.
Wow.
Under protest, the whole thing.
Nick, he almost logged out right there.
It's tough.
I don't know why I'm here, man.
5. That Mega Powers Explode is. It's hard,
but that's it.
Yeah, but like the rest of it.
Maybe if they had put Savage over.
Someone beating dude, the vignettes of Rude and Warrior in general ever.
I was gonna say I remember being pissed that Warrior lost. But,
yeah, me too.
All right, that brings us to round 2. We're into the Sweet 16. First matchup: 17 versus 8.
Can you go over the cards? No, I'm kidding.
No.
You want to go rapid fire? You want to rapid fire this round?
Yeah, we can just rapid fire now because we dissected the cards and all that stuff.
I'm taking 17. It's going to be hard 17. To beat. It's hard to beat that Houston Astrodome show.
Yeah,
TLC.
It's one of the best. What some would consider the most, the greatest that we'll see in this tournament. But for this round, we got to go 17.
Yeah. 29 or 16.
Oh, 16. I don't remember what 16 is, but I just got to get. I want all the Cena Rock bullshit out of it.
I can't let 2000 advance. I'm taking 29.
Oh yeah, definitely 16. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going 16.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going 29.
Oh, so we have a tie. And we don't have tiebreaker for Twitter on this one.
Do you go back and see if did 16 win for the first time on Twitter?
Oh yeah, I can. Let's see here. 16.
Or did 29 win the first time? At least that would kind of help.
16.
Let's Ray Kenny. Let's Ray Kenny's
phone a friend.
Kenny,
imagine
6.
No, mate, Raw just went off. Is Kenny wrapping it up?
Imagine if we FaceTime Phil right now.
Phil,
wake up Nash. I gotta ask him something.
You wake up Nash. Yeah.
16 got 50% of the votes. 29 got 33. So
16 actually won their first round.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. All right. So 16 moves on by weird tiebreaker.
What in the Scott Statter math is that?
20 or 3? 20 or 3?
20.
I'm going 20.
I'm going 20.
There we go.
All right.
It's a two match card mania.
Right. They got the nostalgia.
Savage lost.
Nostalgia got the first round.
The greatest, maybe the best match in Mania history, and Savage lost to Steamboat, and something about George the Animal Steel implementing himself.
Another guy who had lust in his eyes.
I remember Miss Elizabeth at 20.
All right, next up is
Love Lex
14.
Luger.
That was morbid, Nikki. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No being ashamed of yourself on this show. 14 or 30. This is kind of a tough one, man.
14, I was there, guys. 14. That's a double vote.
30, I was there. Daniel Bryan won the title. And
DJ,
the streak ended.
What are you going with, DJ?
Damn, Mike, he made a good point.
Pete Rose was at 14, bro. Pete Rose. That's where he first got beat up. I don't know if you want if that matters at all.
I'm gonna
And
go
the
30.
DX the band.
Oh, man.
Man, DX the band was there. Rest in peace.
Nick, I'm sorry. I'm going 32. I'm sorry.
First off,
All right.
Evan doesn't even get invited to the party.
10 or 35. Anybody?
I got to look at 35 again.
Me too.
That's back to New York, right? That's the
Yes.
women's triple threat.
That's Kofi Mania, right?
That is Kofi Mania.
That is Kofi
35.
Mania.
35.
I'm going 35. All right.
Yep.
Damn, I was going to pick 10 just because of the ladder match and Brett and Owen, but
Kofi Mania, bro.
look at this recent bias bracket.
33 or 24.
So what was
30
24 again?
33 is Orlando. 20. Go ahead, Mike.
Both of them are Orlando. 24 is Flair's retirement and Taker Edge for the title, and then 30. What is it? 33 is Taker Roman when Roman retires Taker. First Roman big push as the champ. The passing of the guard.
I'll go
quote,
24
unquote.
on this one.
24.
I think
24, trying to
that's
shy away from
the
Roman
Flair
stuff.
Sean.
Just throwing it out there at 33, Tom. Brock Lesnar defeated Goldberg and won the title.
I know,
Goldberg
but-
was the champ going in. Just letting you know.
We had it's tough to beat. I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah, I'm taking 24. That's
24.
Another
just
unanimous. I don't know why I can't say that. 18 or 31.
31.
And this is a tough one.
this one's hard, yeah, because it's Rock Hogan, but it's
Yeah.
also heist of the century. Seth cashing in.
Oh,
I got to go
31.
31, man. That moment where Seth cashes in.
Yeah, but man,
Yep, see,
Hogan
for the
Rock
first time,
with the
the
stare
intros
down.
and Seth.
But the problem, so again, as we go into detail here, so if you go more into the 18 card, the 31 card is going to be better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean
what
it's
we're doing
really
here.
out. It's really the Hogan Rock moment,
Mhm.
and then I mean
Scott Hall
Jericho is good.
Seller the
but
stunner.
Scott Hall, right?
But see, there's
Uh,
so many memorable things that happen in 31.
I'm good with 31, just because I was there. But no,
Nick-
Seth cashing in is too big of a thing.
31.
Everybody's going 31. All right. Then we got 23 and 19.
23 only advanced because 12 is terrible also. So 19 alone wins on that, but 19 is Safeco, and it's a great show.
Yeah, I'm going same.
I'm going to go 19.
I'm not going to argue.
You don't have to argue. You can just make a
No.
make a
I
pick.
really, it's those that like 18 through probably 25 is like really. Like, I think that's where I can honestly say like I only watched a few, and
Yeah.
so I defer. It's really me looking at Wikipedia, be like, oh, I remember that. I remember the highlight.
All right, we're down to the Elite Eight. We got 17 versus 16 in our next round here. Who's making it to the final
17,
four?
please 16 get out of this bracket.
Wait,
All
the
right,
16
I'm gonna
is that
make-
Ray winning?
I'm gonna make
No,
it
six-
no. I'm gonna make
16
y'all
is
watch a watch along of 16 just so you can see how bad it is.
16's a McMahon in every corner.
Ah,
WrestleMania 2000.
17.
Yeah,
17 is Rock Austin and TLC.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. 17.
I'm going 17 as well. So that's 4 votes to none. 17 moves on to the final 4. Then we got 20 and 30. I'm going 30.
Can you give me the main event of 30 again? I just can't remember it offhand.
Daniel Bryan.
Batista, Orton, and
30. The better
20
three-way
was-
match. The guy who didn't kill his family. So 30 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say
This is where 20 runs out of gas.
20 is also a triple threat. Benoit,
Yeah.
Shawn, and Triple H.
Yeah.
And Eddie beating.
And a legend.
Yeah.
I do love Eddie slipping out of the booth, though, right? That's what.
Yes.
Is that what it
Yep.
was? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you want to change your vote?
30.
All right. So I'm 30. Nick's 30. DJ.
I gotta go 20. Eddie.
Uh-oh. Mike.
Oh man.
Deciding vote.
I know the Daniel Bryan thing's great. I really love them letting Brock break the streak because people in the crowd were so pissed.
Yeah.
Just for the yes movement, I'm gonna go with 30.
All right. So 3-1. All right. So 30 and 17 moving on to the final 4. Then we got 35 and 24.
35.
We got Kofi Mania.
Kofi Mania.
DJ, 35 or 24?
Let's see. 24 was.
It's Flair's last match.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 35.
Yeah.
Mike?
It wasn't Flair's last match, Mike. I mean,
I know.
These are starting to get tough here now.
Yeah, now we're. He said it was gonna get nasty when we got to these.
Finn Balor defeats Bobby. Oh, terrible.
that was a good
Samoa
match.
Joe
though. Bobby
defeats
put him
Rey
over
Mysterio.
strong, dude.
Terrible.
Under a minute.
You know why I'm picking 35? The Iconics win the titles.
Dude, they were so happy. Like they were like the legit excitement.
They
in the
were
ring.
the one. I mean, Bailey and Sasha probably cared about the belts, but like genuinely the Iconics because it was the only time they were going to win anything. I mean, they won them in Impact, but like that's fucking Impact.
Right.
But also the legend of Sasha and Bailey crying
Bayley,
in
yeah.
the locker room that they didn't want to lose, throwing fits.
I'm going 35 as well. So that's 4, right? 4-0.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody for 24. 31 or 19. I feel like 31's going far here. I'm going 31 for what it's worth.
This might be the hardest one yet.
Yeah.
That's what she
That's a
said.
tough match. Yeah. So 19. So remind me of 19.
Angle and Brock
Rock. Okay.
with
Now
shooting
okay.
star press. That
Yep.
Shawn and Jericho.
Yep.
Hogan, McMahon, Rock, Austin, Triple H, Booker T, Trish, Victoria. It's a stacked card at Safeco and Limp Bizkit. Just saying, Limp Bizkit.
I'm about to say you're gonna make me pick 31. well, okay. Put it this way: the musical guest at 31 was horrible. Like that's where the women's match and that musical guest had caused me to go get something to drink. So, so Limp Bizkit would actually win that particular part of my decision. Damn.
I hope I'm right on that. That was the Limp
Nah,
Bizkit.
I'm still saying 31. 31. The heist,
I gotta-
man.
I gotta go
Ashanti,
31.
Ashanti in America, the beautiful DJ.
Yeah, I think I gotta go 31.
Rusev and Lana banging in the tank earlier in the day. That's what she said.
All right.
He did
Final
say that. You're right. She did say
4.
that.
Final 4, 17 or 30. Oh man, this is tough.
30. This is where Austin Rock runs out of gas for me.
I hate the ending to that match. If it wasn't for that, it's an easy pick for me.
You were just like, what the? Because the commentators didn't even explain it. They weren't even like, "Oh, he sold his soul." They were just like,
I mean, the crowd was
and he's
stunned
with
that
Vince.
he's with Vince, but
I don't want to swerve at Mania, dude. I want to swerve the
my
night
God,
after.
but like when Austin's with McMahon later on and like playing the guitar,
the vignettes,
giving him
Cowboy
hugs.
holy shit! Like there is some
and
great.
then when Kurt tries to get in with him,
Yeah, before they do all the WCW invasion stuff.
I'm going 30.
30.
So Nick picked 30. Tommy picks 30. I'm gonna pick 17 just to make DJ have to choose.
We could do a poll and do a finish.
That's true. We could do that.
I think I'm gonna go 17.
Four people.
Oh, so it is going to be tied. All right, so we might have to do a poll here then to determine the winner. What a terrible way to end this episode.
Again next week, we're in the tie.
We could just do random.org and have.
I think we have to choose.
Let's do random.org and have them pick.
Because we still have the other side, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So 17.
Better figures that came out of 17 or 30.
Oh, I like that idea actually.
The figure podcast is not present.
It's not
Only half of them is. All right. I'm gonna share my screen so there's no
shenanigans.
Uh-huh. Because I have a dog in this fight.
What's that restaurant you like with all the shit on the wall?
Which one? Wait, what did I just miss here? Anyway, I'm getting tired.
I love me some Nikki Choke.
All right, here we go.
17. Here we go.
We'll randomize it 10 times.
32 times.
2.
To be fair, the Iron Sheik was on 17, guys.
6,
7, 8, 9. All right, here we go. Boom. 17 moves on. 17 moves on. All right, that brings us to 35 or 31. Kofi Mania or Heist of the Century. DJ, you go first,
Doesn't
man.
matter. This is going to be the winner.
Yeah, I'm going Heist of the Century here. Love Kofi Mania. It made it this far. That's cool. But yeah, Heist of the Century and everything else that happened on that card.
Mike?
19.
This guy still bitter.
Like, wait, what?
The Bret Hart of this guy hates
it's out.
31 and Goldberg.
I really thought this was going to come down to 19 versus 17, and somehow 19 was going to win the whole thing. I'm going with Heist of the Century, 31.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, I go Heist of the Century. Then you could just go ahead and put them in for the winning this whole thing.
Yeah, 31 versus 17, because I'm going 31 as well. 31 versus 17. Mike, you put this whole thing together. You get to do first vote.
Can we look at this?
Now we got to go in detail. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at this as. I mean, we like DJ, and I'll let DJ do it to go into detail. But just look at it outside of the main events, because, like Nick said, you start running out of steam with Hogan or with Austin Rock and that finish. If you threw out the Heist of the Century and you just look at the rest of the cards, I mean, 17 has TLC, the good and best TLC. What
gimmick
else?
battle royal?
Oh my God, I forgot that has Brother Love in it.
Yep.
The Bushwhackers, Jim Cornette.
Who wins? Sheik?
One Man Gang had lost so much weight that's why he was going to be Akeem, but he had to wear the One Man Gang outfit because it was easier to make.
Yeah, Sheik wins it, even though he
Sheik
can
wins it in like
move.
2 minutes. The guys are like literally jumping out of the ring.
Tugboat, Nikolai Volkov, Repo Man.
Ooh.
Duke the Dumpster Brody was in that freaking thing.
Wow. Yeah, the gimmick battle royal was 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
That's crazy.
China won the women's title in that match, pay-per-view.
That's when China came back, much like One Man Gang, and had lost like all of her.
She actually looked like a woman.
Like the most feminine, not like in a bad way, but like the most feminine she had ever looked.
Yeah.
Is that the one where she had like the rocket launcher cannon thing?
That's the one that the figure's based on.
Her entrance is longer than that match.
Like a woman. All right, that's 17. Kurt Angle defeats Chris Benoit. Eddie Guerrero beats Test. Oh, I love Test. Excuse me. Kane beat Raven. We didn't really run down the card for this one.
Dude, that hardcore match, the Kane, Raven, Big Show in the back with the golf cart, and they built like this fake room, and they get thrown through like the plate glass window. Like that shit is super entertaining. The old hardcore title. I
think just looking at the different cards, I think I might be the only one here, but I think I'm going 17.
Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying
No, I'm just looking at the card. I remember more of this. Okay. I mean, the dark match.
You had Mizdow on 31. The Daniel Bryan ladder match is really good. Oh man,
yeah, I like that. Like you had Dean Ambrose do something so crazy, he knocked himself out of the match.
I don't think he bled in that match. That was a surprise.
No, the back of his head, he did.
Yeah.
We talked about it. The Brandy, the RKO, and Seth.
The RKO, Rusev maybe the Tank, the Bray entrance. The only down point of that Bray Taker entrance. It was still fucking light out.
That's what we were hoping that the sun would go down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell they were even stalling to see.
Yeah, because I was on the TV side and we were getting fried because we didn't look up beforehand.
I did.
What side to buy tickets on? If only I had known you, TJ.
Yeah. And I know how Santa Clara is at that time of year, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going shady side.
It was a hard choice.
Wish that Sting's entrance should have been in the dark too, but
oh man,
he only got so much time. I'm changing mine to 31. Even though X Factor, which was X-Pac and Just Incredible, beat Steve Blackman and Grandmaster Sexay on the pre-show of 17, I gotta go with 31.
Yeah, because Mizdow did some good stuff on that show. I forgot about that. I did like the ladder match was good. That
it was the first Andre the Giant Battle Royal. You had Tyson Kidd and Cesaro win the tag titles in the pre-show.
Right. And they came out. They used to come out with the Beat headphones on.
Yeah.
I like
you got NWO and DX showing up. What'd you say, Nick?
That's what Tyson Kidd and Cesaro would say. Facts.
Yeah. Yep.
That was a gimmick.
Yeah, I'm going 31.
Yeah. 31.
31 is our greatest WrestleMania of all time. Mike, thanks for putting this together because I don't know if we would have done anything if we didn't. What's that?
Are we singing an awards theme?
Yeah.
I don't know any
like
of them.
The major pod Hall of Fame music.
Go with the old WrestleMania 3 theme. That was
go with Limp Bizkit because they just got left out.
Yeah. Or the DX band. But some good stuff here, guys. Thank you so much. Mike, thanks for putting this together. Mike's a member of our inner circle. He jumps in every once in a while when one of us can't be on or we want to do something extra. We appreciate you, Mike. Nick, thanks for jumping on as a member of the Fig Cave, being the only Fig Cave member still awake, at least podcast wise. And make sure you guys check out a new episode of the Fig Cave podcast whenever Phil decides to get on a recording schedule with Nick. No, I'm just messing with you. Nick, Phil's been under the weather, so
yeah.
New episode coming soon, we'll say.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, allegedly recording. We'll see. I hope so.
Allegedly.
All right.
Not that you guys know when this is being recorded.
Right. Yeah, but it might not drop until tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
So. But and me and DJ will be back with another episode of the Run In Podcast. This will drop on Patreon. We'll probably drop it in the main feed as we get closer to WrestleMania. But thank you guys for being Patreon members. If you're not and you're listening to this on the main feed, you can go to patreon.com/runinpod. Make sure you hit up all our sponsors. SeatGeek.com, Homage, Wrestling Collector Shop. Use Run10 for 10% off any order. And, of course, Figure Collections. Grab those bone-crushing wrestlers. Shop.figurecollections.com. Use Run10 for 10% off. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you disagree with us, let us know either in the Fig Cave Facebook group, on Twitter or Instagram, or wherever. if you disagree with what our greatest WrestleMania of all time was. WrestleMania 31. 50% of the people who did this podcast were there. Thank you guys. It's the Run In Podcast. We'll talk to you next time.